Hi guys, in this tutorial I'd like to introduce my new Chrome extension that supports learning Spanish process. Enanito supports two online dictionaries, well, conjugators, verbix.com and spanish.com. Puedes descargar los datos como CSV archivo o dos obsidian archivos y cómo se funciona. Debe ir a una de las páginas y buscar una palabra interesante. We are not on any of those sites yet, so let's go to Verbix. And now you can see multiple options that might be interesting for you. And those sections are based on the Verbix. Yeah, so here we have a nominal section, indicative, which is a mood, similar conjugated, translations, and so on. CSV stands for comma-separated values, but in fact, exported values are tab-separated. Obsidian export is a little bit more complex, and it exports two files. So let's export our CSV file, and you can see it here. In the name of the file, we have the site from which we downloaded the file, name of the word, and CSV extension, and here you can see all the data that we exported, and they are tab separated. You can open this in any CSV editor, so it's a very simple export. And the Obsidian export, as I mentioned, exports two files. Un archivo simple con oraciones de ejemplo y el otro con todos los demás detalles. Here, because we download two files with one click, some browsers, like Brave in this case, can ask you if you allowed to for this action. So let's click allow, and here are my two exported files. The first one is called vocabulary or section. The second one, we have some tags, site from which we downloaded content. It's a word. This is my jQuery view. We'll go back to this in a second. And some other data. Here we have separate file with all the sentences. And as you can see in my Obsidian Vault above, for now it requires or expects this structure. So sentences are in one folder, vocabulary is in the other one. And that's because they are linked with each other. So let's do this, show you what I'm talking about. So first of all, let's create, and now if you go to our Word, you can see that examples are linked to our sentences, and back sentences with a star. So we are going back to our Word. A star doesn't have any translations here, so that's why there's nothing over here. And we will go back to this in a second. And here you can see a table with some data. In Verbix export, VOS is empty, but it is present in SpanishDict.com. That's why it is here as well. So now let's go to SpanishDict.com, and let's say some other word, and we can do the same exercise. CSV export is pretty simple, so not much more happen over there, but let's download Obsidian files, and here you can see those two files. Again, we have name of the site from which this word was taken, sentences, and vocabulary. Spanish.com provides a little bit more information. So for example, we know that it's a pronominal verb. Here we have some translations which are more verbose than on Verbix, because we have Spanish version and translation. Yeah, and here we have this was section. So let's take one more word. It's an irregular verb, so you can see an extra tag over here. And here we have translations with some extra examples. And again, we can go back to our other examples. And this is data view. Data view is a community extension that is required for this query. And also it requires to enable this feature. And once we have this feature enabled, we can see where our word aser is used in other sentences with examples. Yeah, but in this section we will not see examples from our sentences file. If you click here, you will see highlighted sentence. And to exclude the folder with our phrase, if you go to definition of this function, that's why the structure is required, because this is the excluded path. The query is looking for all files, not only in sentences with the tag sentence, that contain any of those words, except for this file, because this file will pollute our view, because it contains only examples with our word. So if your structure is different, you need to modify this path. Jest to sobre esa extension. It was created based on my needs, and all feedback is very welcome. So before you rate this extension with a 1 star, contact me on Twitter first, please. And muchas gracias y hasta luego.